Being at the Keppel Islands for multiple weeks, we felt pretty inspired to go back to the mainland and get some boat work done. So we woke up at sunrise and started our journey back to the mainland.
Emily's at the helm at the moment. She's been holding a good course. I'm headed for a protected creek called Coram Creek, where we're going to fix this front stay and also have access to mainland where we can get parts. I gouged my hips on the harness that I had on yesterday. They're super swollen and sore. That was while I was getting the front stay down yesterday. And at the moment, our mast is flying all over the place. It's been an interesting passage so far. You know, I'm out here by myself now. You know, I'm only 20 years old and you got to figure all this stuff out for yourself. You know, there's no one out here going to fix it for you. So, yeah, I'm just trying to make it as safe as possible. Motored over from the Keppel Islands into this creek called Coram Creek, and now we're here and anchored here, and our front stay is broken. We don't know how it happened, we don't know when it happened. I've never fixed something like this before in my life. In about 50 minutes we're going to take the boat over to the public wharf. I'm not sure what this process is going to be, but it's going to be difficult. But it's got to be done, doesn't it? It's our front stay. It's the most important thing to have solid on the boat, and at the moment it's not solid. Emily's getting the fenders on and the ropes ready, and it's blowing 25 knots, and we haven't pulled up to a wharf in a wind like this before, so hopefully it all goes smoothly.
We ended up approaching the dock from the wrong side, and the tidal movement was pushing us away from the dock instead of pushing us onto it. So I decided to reverse out and come in from the other side.
So, this is going to be our new stay. Our last stay was 6.5 mil, and this wire is 8 mil, so it's much stronger than the last one, which is awesome. We dragged anchor for the first time out in the river just here and ended up between two boats at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's always 2 o'clock in the morning. And then we met a local who lives in the river, and he offered us a mooring up the creek. So that was pretty nice of him. We've been there the past 2 days. Now, today is the day that we piece together this furler. Thread the new wire through every piece of the furler, and should be pretty interesting.
So far so good. Why do I pull my pants up, Em?
It had been a pretty big process figuring out how to pull the wire out of the furler to begin with. Sorry we didn't get to record any of that for you guys, but it took a few days to get the new wire and to pull it all apart and understand how it works. Maybe let's start from one end. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Alright, go for it, babe.
How do they go in?
So this little mechanism here pretty much joins the segments of the furler together, and then you screw grub screws that screw into this piece that connects the two. It kind of acts as like a bearing So instead of the wire rubbing up in between the furler poles constantly and banging around and clanging, there's about 5 different joins on the way through the furler that it goes through like this, and that stops it from clanging and bouncing around.
Beautiful.
Beauty.
Now,
So you just screwed all those back in, did you, Cleon?
I certainly did, mate.
Good on you.
With the thread locker.
With some thread locker liquid.
Yes.
So what we're doing here, these are like the these bind the tubing together, and then this little plastic piece in here acts as the bearing, so the wire isn't rattling around and complaining. So it's plastic on stainless, which is good. You just have to turn them in place, and that's that. What you doing, babe?
Putting the grub screws in.
What does that do?
It locks it in place. Screws it in.
It's all coming back together, isn't it?
Yeah.
You be careful with that hummus container.
Ants all over me.
Didn't say go.
Surprisingly, the process of putting this furler back together was relatively simple. It just took some clear thinking out of the process that we needed to do, preparing it beforehand, and then putting it into action.
We just finished the whole furler pretty much. Oh, it's still good, babe. I'm surprised at how easy it was.
We thought this was going to be a really hard job, be super complex, and be something that we might not be able to do by ourselves. But with the help of Cleon, which we are very thankful for, we managed to get the job done in about 5 days.
Well, a storm came as we were trying to attach the sail to the furler, so we're just kind of hiding in the sail.
Hopefully we don't get our jib dirty.
Yeah. Agreed. Bring on the rain!
Here we've got Sage and Emily. They're just starting to thread the genoa back onto the new forestay. It's been pouring rain for the last hour or so. They're soaking wet. Absolutely drenched they are.
So she's up on the boat. Now for the hard part. We're touching it. And pulling this mast back into place because at the moment it's at such an angle. It's crazy. Can't really see it from here, but she's tilting back quite a lot.
Safety first, fellas. Make sure those knots are good.
Yep.
Always.
Nothing but a bowline.
Okay, Sage is getting into the homemade bosun's chair.
Made by Cleon.
Safety first at all times.
Oh yeah.
Ready?
I am.
And he's got his safety harness also hooked up so that if one thing breaks, the other one should save him.
You just want to pretty much be pulling 24/7, and the moment I come up, it should be coming up with me.
Yep.
If you're pulling.
Oh.
Does. Does.
For some reason it's not working.
Keep going. Keep going. Oh. Quick, we've got to get some ropes around this jib.
We still attached, babe.
So everything's been coming together really nicely today. We've put together the furler with the help of Cleon. He's been a legendary helping hand this project.
Got me spanner.
Got the spanner. Yeah, so he's been helping us lots, and we've got the sail. We put the sail on earlier, which you guys saw. I put the shackle up the top, so it's attached up the top now. So we're just trying to brace it and attach it down the bottom, but these back wires are too tight, so we're just loosening them at the moment. So hopefully the front will just come on really easily. But yeah. Alright, that should be good.
What? Sorry. Yeah, that's.
Is it going to go on?
I don't think so.
This is going to be the moment.
Huh.
I feel it in my bones.
Me too.
Did you put something in your
I
pocket?
put a pin in my pocket.
Oh, no, it's just done a little
Don't
bit
let
of
go
an
of that
angle.
pin.
Oh, that's it.
Ah!
It's in.
Aha!
It's in. It's in.
It's in!
Ugh.
The pin.
Quick!
The pin is in.
Put the pin in! Oh! Woo! Oh my god.
Righto, crank up the backstays.
She's on!
Have a look and see if the mast is
She's on!
level. Do we crank this or do we crank that?
Guess what, babe?
What?
Our rig is solid.
Woo!
It is solid!
Oh.
Oh, isn't that such a relief?
Yeah, my God. Coram Creek has been an experience.
Oh, wow, what
We
a
need to
past
make
4 days.
Make a whole episode on Coram Creek.
Coram Creek in the front stay.
Goodbye, Coram Creek! Thank you, Lou, for the epic moorings. Oh, so where to next, eh?
Well, we are leaving Coram Creek right now, and we are headed for 2 little islands. Now these islands look epic. They're called the Divided Islands.
We've got a one-stop destination for let's get
And
out of here.
our rig is solid. The front stay's been replaced. We serviced the winch. The boat's in really good shape, and we're both stoked.
Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. It was rather a great learning experience to fix our front stay by ourselves, pull the Furler apart and put it back together. If you guys have any questions or feedback on the video, what you liked and what you would like to hear more of, just let us know in the comments section below, and stay tuned for the next episode.